If you're a high-level producer who's been struggling to get consistent, high-paying clients for your beats, I've discovered a little-known method that fills up your inbox with 5 serious beat buying artists every single day. This is without going through diluted hashtags or any promotion pages that aren't serious artists who actually buy beats. I call it the automatic artist system, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up so you can start getting 5 serious beat buying artists in your inbox every single day in less than 2 hours. So let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna break this down easily so you guys can understand. First step, go to Spotify.com. And what you wanna do, even if you have a free account, this works, you're gonna want to add a playlist. So when you go into a playlist, you want the artist to be a smaller independent artist. So once you've found them, so this is an artist that I'm working with currently, what you wanna do is add their song number 1 to the playlist. And then you wanna scroll down and it's gonna give you all of these recommended ones. So once you have all of these recommendeds, you can actually just go through and find the artists that you want and go to their IGs. And keep in mind that it only gives you 10, so you can scroll down to the bottom right and it's going to say refresh. You can keep refreshing this over and over again so that you can find more artists, and it's unlimited. We're going to pick this name right here. And what we're looking for is if they have like over, I'd say 50,000 monthly listeners, you probably want to stray away from that. Now, they don't have a lot of monthly listeners, but they look very serious. Like, this is professional photography. So what you want to do is scroll to the bottom. Okay, so step 3, scroll to the bottom. Step 2 was to click on any artist from the playlist. So once we scroll to the bottom, next, you're going to hit this About tab. Now, usually when you scroll down on the bottom left, you're going to see Instagram here. So when we click on this, this should give us a really serious artist that isn't massive. So you should be able to hit them up. Now, they do have quite a few followers, but you can still hit them up and see if they'll respond. But keep in mind that if they have over 20,000 followers, they're typically starting to build a team. So that's one thing that you want to keep in mind. So this is somebody that I can probably hit up with my profile since I have lots of placements, a lot of followers. But if you have very few followers, no credibility, it's going to be harder to get those bigger ones to respond. Okay. So we're going to go back to the playlist and go to the next one. So I'll just click on this artist here. So I'm just randomly picking them. Now they have more followers or monthly listeners than the last one, but there's no telling how many followers they have until you actually click on the Instagram. Okay. So with this person, okay, we have 2,000 followers. This is going to be so much more reachable with this guy versus 27,000. Okay, so when you see a profile like this, I like to like a couple of posts. And then if this is the music video, for example, you might go and comment something genuine on it, something you like about the song, and then go to hit them up. And when I hit them up, I look for stories and highlights. The reason for that is that if you're hitting them up just through regular messages, it's going to put you into the request folder. And a lot of artists do not check the request folders. So if that's the only thing you have, use that. But since he has a story up, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and click the story and then respond to it. And I try to be really specific. Step 1, so I'll be like, hey, what's up, Avis? So I think that's his name. But if it's not, no worries. But I think that's his name, so I'm just going to go for it. So, or not Avis, it's Tavis. Okay, so, and then I'll say just heard, and I'll actually go and listen. So for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to, but you can go and listen to their songs here. So if I listen to this one, for example, then this might be the one that I like the most. So just heard, hit me up on your Spotify. So that's being specific, so he knows it's not a spam message. Then you could say like, really liked the bridge. Not a lot in songs nowadays. And obviously I'd listen to it to see if there actually is a bridge and all that, but I'm giving him a compliment. And then the last step would be ask a question. So I could say something like, do you write all your own music? So that's going to be something that's going to spur them to respond. So be specific, like mention their name, song name, where you heard it from. Give them a compliment, and then ask a question. So if you follow that 3-step format, that's going to get them to respond in your inbox, especially because it goes into their primary inbox if you respond from here. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Make sure you watch this video a couple of times to make sure you're following all these steps, because I guarantee you, you're probably not doing all of these things accurately, or you would be seeing a lot more responses from artists. Okay, so we're going to go back and do this a few more times just so you can see that it works. So let's say I ran out. I'm going to refresh it and just click a random artist. So this one right here. Looks very serious. Once again, like when you have a really serious artist to start, it's going to start getting you really serious artists in the playlist. So Spotify is a great algorithm, so use it to your advantage. Don't put somebody in here that's not going to be professional, because it's going to spit out looks that don't look good. Okay, so this guy looks very serious. All right, he looks like he has money that he could invest into music. You know, he's dressed really well. He has a nice clean profile. He looks like a professional. So then I would do the exact same thing and hit him up as well. And then I'll just do it a few more times just so you can see this in process. So go through just to another random artist. So you can see almost all of these are really serious looks. So we're going to do this one more time, and then I'll wrap up the tutorial for today. Okay, scroll down, hit IG, and then we'll see what we're looking at. So if they look like this, they may have changed their username, and you'll have to like look it up in the search a little bit more. All right. So, but I think you guys get the gist of it. We'll just go through one more. I'll go and refresh a few more times just so it's giving us new looks, and we'll hit up this artist. It's the same thing every time, and you'll see like this doesn't look like a random artist that's on SoundCloud. It looks like somebody who's really serious. So whenever they invest $20 a year into their music, they typically are more likely to invest in other things like photography and beats. So I don't see him here. So what I'm going to do is go into IG and go and see if I can find him. Doesn't look like I can see him from here. So in those cases, you can just basically rely on if they have a unique name or not. And if they don't, then you can go back through and find a new one. So I'll just try this one as a last look. Doesn't look as serious, honestly. So I'm not even going to bother with that if they're not going to actually like put up a serious profile picture. So you can really just kind of pick and choose who you want to hit up. All right. So this person as well, like no IG there. So you can choose whether to bother with that or not. So if I go and just refresh a few more times, it'll give me new looks. So you can make sure that you're going to find people who are going to actually be serious about this. So that's what you always want to do. Okay. So I like to go through this like pretty quickly. So if you notice, my pace is not slow so that I can hit a decent amount of artists every single day. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to fill your inbox up. Okay. Okay, so this guy had a unique enough name, and you can see that he pops up. So when you find them, you can hit them up. If you can't find them, then it's like, okay, just move on to the next one. So looks like a fairly serious artist, so I would go ahead and hit them up. Okay, so let's talk the numbers. So if what I like to do is hit up at least 20 artists a day, and if I can hit one artist every 6 minutes, that's going to be 10 in an hour. And so in 2 hours, I can hit up 20 artists. If I hit up 20 artists, I'm only expecting 1 out of 4 of them to respond, since they have no idea that I existed until I send them a message. They may lose it in their inbox. If 1 out of 4 responds, then I'm going to get 5 serious artists in my inbox every single day. And out of all those relationships, I'm bound to get some deal flow coming in. So keep in mind, this is just the first step. So once you spend those 2 hours doing that, you're going to have to message them. And also what I like to do is get them on the phone calls to sell, instead of just relying on just goodwill and rapport to sell, because that's going to take months and months and months. So if you want to make a lot of money fast instead of a little bit of money slow, this is the first step. It's just the tip of the iceberg. And once you have those serious artists at your disposal, then you can develop those relationships further using a couple of calls to get them to buy. So this is exactly what one of my students used to make $4,400 from just 4 deals in the last 11 days. If that is not making sense to you, that's basically he's on a run rate to make at least 10,000 this month in terms of deal sizes. So if you really want to turn this into a lot of money fast, and you're done just waiting and waiting and waiting for artists to pay you until they release the songs, then what I would recommend is going to the link below in the description or the pinned comment and booking a free consultation to see if I can help you or not. So what I offer is one-on-one mentorship, and that is how my students see so much success so quickly. So if you're down to hop on a call and discuss whether or not I can help or not, it's completely free and there's absolutely no pressure to move forward on the call. So I help producers get to a 5-figure run rates within 16 weeks. So if you want help, go to the link in the description or pinned comment and we can hop on a quick free call and see if I can help or not. So hopefully this video was informative and helps you to get 5 artists into your inbox every single day. And if it does help you, make sure you go and leave a comment on this video so I know that this was helpful. If not, make sure you at least subscribe to the channel so you can see more free content like this in the future. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next one.